first tonight, we are following breaking news from Washington University. Good evening, I'm Laura Barcheski. Brent Solomon has the night off. In the last 2 hours, police have detained dozens on the Washington University campus. The day started as pro-Palestinian protest students and community members set up an encampment near WashU around 4 p.m. And now dozens have been detained, including Green Party presidential candidate Jill Stein. One of the organizers of these protests was Resist WashU. They've been sharing updates all night, and here's a look at their Instagram page where you can see students being put into handcuffs. Resist WashU also told 5 on Your Side they've been busy assisting those who were detained. They shared these images when things began to escalate. 5 on Your Side's Annie Krall has been out there since this protest started. She is at the campus now. Annie, what can you tell us? What's happening right now?
Laura, I just spoke with a demonstrator moments ago who told me that she saw police knocking people to the ground just here at WashU, where the encampment was, just behind me. In fact, they were watching the encampment with some of those people, and it was actually hundreds of folks out here in the crowds, and it was WashU students as well as non-affiliated community members rather. And we want to tell you a little bit more about what it's like here tonight. We are working to learn more about just how many people were detained from this protest and if they were arrested and could face charges. However, the St. Louis Metropolitan Police tell us they are currently at this moment, their engagement was stopped at the campus line and they were not involved in any arrests. We do know that St. Louis County Police as well as Washington University Police were both on campus during the demonstrations. It is a quiet night now here at 10 o'clock, but police are still on the scene. Protesters tell me they are angry at how they said the peaceful protest was handled, with about 20 people being detained with zip ties for being present, they tell me. They also said that police warned them to get off the grass, which many did, but then they followed them to the sidewalk where police were then in altercations. As they told me, they continued. Demonstrators wanting to keep their names private and face hidden for safety after what they saw.
Like, we were moving pizzas and supplies back, and they kept picking up trash to distract people from throwing other people on the ground or searching people. They were barricading people when we were filming. For example, all the photographers were filmed getting up close, and they were human shielding so that people could not film other people getting searched and slammed on the ground.
As we said, this was all started earlier this afternoon, close to about 3 o'clock, but you still see some protesters walking around with flags or signs. And I asked them before this scene was very different, far less tense, why they would want to come out to a protest like this, risking what could possibly a detainee, as of course we just heard. And this is what they said. Cries to free Palestine heard first at Columbia University's Gaza Solidarity encampment set up about 10 days ago, now reaching Washington University.
WashU, you can't hide, you're supporting genocide.
The community is louder than them, and if we organize and if we get together, we can do something really powerful here.
Demonstrators in the WashU Student Union demand the college cut ties with Boeing, such as in-person or virtual job recruitment.
It's documented that Boeing supplies a good amount of arms and weaponry and fighter jets to the Israeli military. They are complicit in what is going on.
Nida Moutan has family in Gaza and in the West Bank, saying she and fellow protesters will stay in this encampment all weekend, taking shifts if needed to meet their demands.
The police are massing, ready to arrest students at Washington University for putting tents on the ground. I don't understand how that's a crime to put tents on the ground, or why it warrants just massive police repression, which is, I don't know whether they're going to go through with it, but they are massing. They are ready. They got the zip ties. They're ready.
There are people who don't have the choice on whether their life is risked over this or not. And if all I have to risk is maybe sitting in a cell for a minute to help that, I will.
One protester didn't want to share their name but beat the drum anyway for Palestine. What's happening at other colleges, students getting detained, people getting honestly put in handcuffs for what you're doing right now, does that make you worried at all?
No, I mean, that's what I signed, but I did 6 years in the military to fight for people, so that's why I'm out here. Like, I saw a medic being tased to the ground by cops, being brutalized while he had his hands behind his back at UT Austin, so yeah, we're bringing it to them.
We will continue to ask questions about what led to those potential detentions. And of course, after all of this, how is this going to impact WashU students as they take finals, have commencement coming up, and of course, go home for the rest of the summer? Reporting live at WashU, Annie Krall, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Annie. Here within the last hour, I spoke with the president of the St. Louis Board of Aldermen, Megan Green, about what she saw on campus. She says students weren't approaching police when officers came to make arrests. She called this use of force excessive and unwarranted, and it all happened while students were sitting on the ground talking and eating. She said it came out of nowhere and believes this was not a good use of police resources, as she says these students were simply expressing their First Amendment rights.
Definitely instances that I saw, and I do have video of what I would consider excessive force. And I think the use of police in general was excessive. These were students of the university, most who were exercising their First Amendment to protest.
Green confirmed with me that 6 police departments were called to WashU campus. She also talked about where they were taken after they were detained. The students were taken to St. Louis County Jail. This is the information we have right now, and we are working to learn more from police as the situation on WashU's campus unfolds. We'll keep you updated as more comes to us.